I can publish a blog post, but how do I know whether I filled in the parts that help people and search systems understand it? I do not want to chase a score or repeat a phrase until the article sounds unnatural.
That is exactly the right concern. Today we will build and publish a useful fictional move-in checklist, measure its CMS content readiness at 40, correct the specific gaps, and verify a new score of 100. The score is a diagnostic inside PropertyCMS. It is not a ranking, traffic, backlink, crawl, performance, or search engine approval guarantee. We are working only in the local Docker environment with North Star Village tutorial data. The first SEO overview is our baseline. It separates technical discovery readiness from content scoring, explains the active analyzer version, and shows controls for search verification and IndexNow. We will not select either external-facing control in this lesson.
So the dashboard can help me improve a post without proving that a search engine indexed it or will rank it.
Correct. Think of the analyzer as an editorial checklist with a published formula. It can verify fields and content signals stored in the CMS. It cannot see a future ranking result. We will use the score to find omissions, then use the public preview to judge whether the article remains accurate, readable, and useful. Open blog posts. Each row has a title, author, status, date, preview, edit, and delete. Select Add Post. Existing published posts remain untouched. Our new article is Your Rental Move, in checklist for North Star Village, and every claim in it is explicitly framed as a fictional tutorial example. The Create Post screen has 3 layers. Post content defines what a visitor reads. Publish controls workflow and timing. Search engine optimization stores metadata that can describe the page outside the article. Build the visitor value first, then refine the metadata. Do not use SEO fields as a substitute for useful content. Enter the exact title, Your Rental Move, in checklist for North Star Village. Use the URL slug rental move in checklist, North Star Village. Add the excerpt shown, which identifies the article as a practical fictional checklist for utilities, key pickup, condition notes, and the first week. Tags are moving, renter checklist, and North Star Village.
What is the difference between the title, the URL slug, and the excerpt? They all seem to describe the same article.
They have related but distinct jobs. The title is the main visible heading. The URL slug is the durable public address segment, so keep it short and descriptive before publishing. The excerpt is a compact summary used in listings or as a fallback description. Change in one does not automatically make the others correct. Now build the article with content blocks. Start with a paragraph that discloses the fictional example and states the reader problem. Add an H2 heading 1 week before move-in, followed by a specific paragraph about appointment time, access instructions, utilities, parking, documented repairs, and the approved contact. Use a list block for scannable actions, confirm key pickup, verify utility and parking instructions, prepare the signed condition, record process, document open work, and share only current payment and maintenance directions. Lists help visitors scan. They do not replace the supporting explanation that tells someone how to act responsibly.
Is a longer post automatically better for SEO, or should I add words until the analyzer is happy?
No. Length is only one substance signal. Add first-hand details, examples, evidence, and answers when they genuinely help. Our sections explain what to bring for key pickup, how to document starting conditions, and how to make the first week predictable. Private identity, financial, and access information stays out of public blog content. Lead with a clear visitor question, use headings that match the answer, and keep every instruction current. The article also says that a checklist supports communication but does not replace a lease, signed condition report, local law, or professional advice. Accuracy and a useful next step matter more than repeating an exact phrase. Finish with a button block. The public CTA reads Browse Available Rentals and points to the local properties route. This gives the reader a relevant next step without making a leasing promise. Check the button text, its URL, style, and size as separate settings before saving. The SEO section is intentionally incomplete for our before state. Primary topic is blank, the dedicated SEO title is blank, meta description is blank, and no featured image is set. The field preview can flag obvious gaps while editing, but it tells us to save the record and use SEO Overview for the authoritative version score.
Why can the preview say the title and URL are okay when those dedicated SEO fields are still empty?
Because the editor borrows the visible post title and excerpt for an immediate field check. The authoritative saved analyzer treats the dedicated fields as the values actually stored. An empty string remains a real metadata gap, which is one reason the measured score falls to 40. Save first, then trust the versioned server result. Keep status set to draft and leave publish date blank. Select Create. Saving as a draft gives us a persistence checkpoint without making the page public. A blank publish date means publish immediately only after the status is changed. To published, it does not publish a draft by itself. Back on blog posts, the success notice says, Post created successfully. The new row shows the exact title, CRES Administrator, Draft, and no public date. This row proves that the content was stored with draft workflow. Open Edit rather than recreating the post. No date is needed for an immediate publication in this workflow. Change status to published, leave publish date blank, and select Update. Use a future date only when the content and your release plan genuinely call for scheduling. The saved list now shows published with July 15, 2026. Select Preview and inspect the public article like a visitor. The title, author, date, disclosure, opening paragraph, heading, and checklist are present. There is no featured image yet, which makes this a useful visual before state. Publication succeeded, but publication alone does not prove strong metadata or a high readiness score.
The page already looks readable. Why should I recalculate instead of assuming the editor preview covered everything?
Because SEO Overview uses the server analyzer, stores its version, and compares content types consistently. Return to SEO Overview and open Recalculate. Choose blog posts only. We are not recalculating properties, pages, or neighborhoods, and we are not selecting Reconcile IndexNow or saving search verification data. The confirmation says, SEO scores for posts have been recalculated. 6 records were processed with Analyzer 2026.07 version 2, and all posts now use the current version. 6 is the total published post batch on this first pass. It is not the score for our article. In Needs Attention, your rental move. In Checklist for North Star Village now has a score of 40. That is our measured before state. Do not interpret 40 as a 40% chance to rank. It is the rounded weighted result of this analyzer's CMS-readiness checks for this saved version of the post.
What does the analyzer actually combine to get that number?
For posts, it checks SEO, title, meta description, optional primary topic usage, content substance, URL slug, and featured image. Each check has a published weight. Its 0 to 100 result is multiplied by that weight. The weighted total is divided by the weight sum, and the final number is rounded to the nearest whole number. The page also explains the limits. Blocking findings mean a required CMS readiness field is absent. They are a priority, not a ranking guarantee. Editorial findings require human judgment and do not block publication. Recalculation processes at most 50 records per request and never crosses tenant boundaries. Return to Edit Post. Set primary topic to Rental Move-In Checklist. Enter the exact SEO title, Rental Move. In Checklist for North Star Village, vertical bar, Crees. The counter shows 53 of 60 characters. The topic appears naturally in the title, content, description, and URL. It is not sprayed into every sentence. Add the exact meta description. Use this rental move-in checklist to prepare documents, utilities, keys, inspections, and first-day essentials for North Star Village. The counter shows 133 of 160 characters. It summarizes the page honestly, includes the topic naturally, and makes no promise about ranking or renter outcome.
Should I force the exact topic into every heading, tag, and paragraph so every check turns green?
No. The analyzer itself recommends natural wording and synonyms instead of forced exact matches. A primary topic is an editorial intent field, not permission to make the prose repetitive. Keep the visible article useful first. Metadata should accurately summarize that article for search previews, social cards, an RSS feed, or other surfaces that consume it. Add the prepared fictional move-in image as the featured image. The preview shows moving boxes, keys, and a notebook in a bright kitchen. We are using a frozen tutorial asset, not a customer's property photo. The image supports the article visually and fills the featured image readiness check. We also leave Generate with AI untouched. This episode stays local and uses already prepared content and media. Review the primary topic, SEO title, meta description, featured image, article blocks, published status, and public CTA. Then select Update once. The blog posts list confirms the optimized version persisted. The same title remains. Published with the same date, we edited the existing record instead of creating a duplicate. Select Preview again, because a server score cannot catch every visual or editorial problem a visitor might notice. The public tab now includes the featured image beneath the title, author, and date. Scroll through the article and confirm the image does not bury the disclosure. The H2 headings remain scannable, the checklist stays legible, and no private information appears. At the end, the article says accuracy and a clear next step matter more than repeating a phrase for search engines. The Browse Available Rentals CTA appears before the Moving, North Star Village, and Renter checklist tags. This is the human quality proof that complements the machine score.
Now when we run blog posts again, why does the confirmation say one record was processed instead of 6?
The first run brought all 6 published posts onto the current analyzer version. After we changed this article, only this post needed a fresh current version result, so the second confirmation says one record was processed. That is an efficient recalculation count, not evidence that the other 5 posts disappeared. The optimized article now appears in top performing with a score of 100. That proves every weighted CMS readiness check for this saved post passed under Analyzer 2026.07 version 2. It still does not prove ranking, traffic, backlinks, indexing, crawl state, performance, or search engine approval.
Let me say it back. I write for the visitor, save a draft, publish deliberately, inspect the public page, recalculate only blog posts, and treat 40 as a diagnosis. Then I add accurate metadata and a relevant featured image, update the same post, inspect the public result again, and verify one changed record moves to 100 without claiming a search outcome.
Exactly. Useful content, stable publishing workflow, accurate metadata, safe media, public visual review, and versioned measurement all matter. Use SEO Overview to find what the CMS can verify, and use human judgment for everything the score cannot know. Draft, publish, inspect, measure, improve, and verify. Try PropertyCMS.Click.